Rambam. We are the laws of issues of marriage. And now we're learning the laws of conjugal rights, of relations, husband and wife, and the responsibilities thereof. The obligation for conjugal rights is, as prescribed in the Torah, is an individual in nature, depending on the strength of each particular man and the type of work he performs. What is implied? Healthy men who are pampered and indulged and who are not employed in labor that weakens their strength, but rather eat, drink, and spend the majority of the day at home, right? They're just on their computer, I guess, making a few bucks or a lot of money. They're pampered. They should fulfill their conjugal duties every night. Following rules apply to workers, tailors, weavers, construction workers, and the like. If they work in the city where they live, they should fulfill their conjugal rights twice a week. If they work in another city, they should fulfill their conjugal duties once a week. Um, Donkey drivers should fulfill their conjugal rights once a week. Camel drivers should fulfill conjugal duties every 30 days. Seamen fulfill the conjugal duties once every 6 months. Why? What's the difference over here? Is because depending on what your job is, and seamen is out for a long time. Also, camel drivers are going for long drives. So because of their duties and what's involved in it, so they have less of a obligation to their wives for conjugal rights. Just a reminder that this is one of the three things that are biblical rights that a woman has. Um, um, or Actually, it's actually not true. I shouldn't call it rights that women have. It's an obligation that the man has to his wife. That's to properly put it. It's an obligation rather than a right. In a sense, you can call it a right, but that's not the. Students of the Torah should fulfill their conjugal duties once a week. The obligation is limited because the Torah weakens their strength. In this, it is the practice of Torah scholars to engage in marital relations on Friday night. Okay. Number two, a wife has the right to prevent her husband from making business trips except to close places so that he will not be prevented from fulfilling his conjugal duties. He may make such journeys only with her permission. Similarly, she has a prerogative of preventing him from changing from a profession that grants her more frequent conjugal rights to one that grants her less frequent rights. In other words, a donkey driver who wishes to become a camel driver. The donkey driver, it's once, I think it was once a week. Camel drivers once every 30 days because camel drivers go for a longer distance travel. So you can, right, or a camel driver who wishes to become a seaman, it's once in 6 months. So she could stop him from that, which is quite fascinating. Students of the Torah, however, may, depart for Torah study for 2 or 3 years without their wives' permission. Wow, that's back in the day. Today wouldn't fly, by the way. And therefore the law and that kind of changes. So a wife cannot prevent the husband who is pampered and indulging from becoming a student of the Torah. In other words, where he had an obligation, daily, and now it's once a week, right? Okay. I just want to do something, but I have something that I'm obliged to go, so I cannot continue. But I just want